Petite réaction.
Hello, Commissioner. Good afternoon, Commissioner Dombrovskis. Please. An extension. How about an extension? Hello, Minister. Good afternoon, Minister. Buongiorno, signor Ministro. Cosa abbiamo adesso? With this referendum now, how about
calling a referendum is a legitimate decision of any elected government. It's the timing which is very unfortunate, and that is an understatement, because you know, the effects of a default, you know, during a week after the deadline will start being felt. It should have been taken much before, when it was very obvious that the main stumbling block were not the individual issues, but the mandate of the government itself. So when it felt that its mandate couldn't meet you know, the requirements for coming to an agreement, it should have called it before. But now it was not on the table. We were all expecting to meet today, so that tomorrow the government goes to the Parliament to discuss the package, and we'll see from there. But and then the following day, some governments in the Eurogroup will take it to their own national governments. The referendum was not mentioned in the last week of negotiations.
What happens next?
Is there room for an extension, as the Greek government asked?
That's a political decision, and I've consulted with my own Prime Minister, and I'll now consult with other ministers, and then we'll take it collectively in the Eurogroup. Thank you.
What do you think about the referendum?
titoli. Sono tranquillo per due ragioni. Una è che la stabilità.
Thank you.
Mr. Varoufakis, is this a sad day for you, Mr. Varoufakis? Is this a sad day for you?
Sad day for Europe, but we will overcome it.
Before I answer that question, I'd like to state that the issue we have is not with the Greek people. Greece is still in the euro. The Greek people haven't been asked the question whether they want to stay or not. The issue was brought by the Greek government, who stopped the negotiations unilaterally from its part, and therefore blocked any type of assistance which would have gone with the program or the extension of it. Having said that, I believe that the Eurozone is much stronger. Both the ECB and the ESM and the FSF have an array of instruments to safeguard the euro. The European Court has given the ECB unfettered freedom to use any instruments, OTM, quantitative easing, and it's got many other instruments. So they'll all be used. We are very united. We've got the guarantees there, so we can withstand any type of
Are these statements enough to calm the markets Monday morning?
Why not? Why not? We are prepared for this eventuality, and therefore the time has come to use them. However, as I said, at the moment, Greece is still in the euro, so we can't just behave as if Greece has defaulted or Greece is outside the euro, or they've voted for a Brexit. This is not the case. Let's not cross the bridge before we come to it.
Has the Eurozone been informed if there's going to be a payment on the 30th by Greece?
Can you repeat the question?
Has the Eurozone been informed by Greece that they will make the payment on the day?
No, I don't believe that either way they've informed. This is the IMF. Mm-hmm. If the IMF on Tuesday at 6 o'clock Washington time, they receive the payment, then there won't be any default.
Can you imagine a third programme if the Greek people voted against?
There can't be any discussion of anything at the moment because things have stopped. And therefore, we just await now circumstances to unfold one by one.
So there's no more chance of a bailout back?
The Greek government has broken off the process, has rejected the proposals, and is now putting them, which is also an unfair way to put it, to the Greek people, putting them now to the Greek people in a referendum with a negative advice. Given that situation, I think we must conclude that, however regrettable, the program will expire on Tuesday night.
The funding proposal that was on the table by the institutions was technically inadequate. The numbers simply didn't add up. We determined as a government that we did not have the mandate to reject the institutions' position either, without consulting the people of Greece, who will have to be the final arbiters of whether that proposal is accepted or not.
Is this a sad day for you?
Sad day for Europe, but we will overcome it.
We will immediately after this press conference have a second meeting to discuss any consequences from the political conclusion just drawn and to prepare for whatever is needed to make sure that at all times the stability of the Eurozone remains at its high level. The Eurogroup, and that consists of 19 members, I'd like to stress, the Eurogroup will monitor very closely the economic and financial situation in Greece, stands ready to reconvene, to take appropriate actions where and when needed in the interests of both Greece and the Eurozone as a whole.